Hello, welcome to Glyn's garden. This is a project that's been running for 3 years now, and it's a project where we've taken a derelict area of land and we're making it into an area where people with learning disabilities or mental health problems can come and actually enjoy themselves gardening or spending time in nature. It's been hard work, it's been a group of volunteers, and people in the local community have been donating. Well, my background is in person-centred counselling and also working as a mental health support worker in an acute psychiatric hospital and also a rehabilitation centre. And I became all too aware how little there is for people in the community. So when people come out of psychiatric hospitals, they're actually very socially isolated, which obviously is not at all helpful. During COVID, I actually landed up out of desperation really, because all the community things that people normally did were closed down. So I did gardening. I did gardening in a part of the garden at the rehab centre, which was very derelict and run down. But the patients and I got going. We grew loads of vegetables, sweet peas, fruit. They had a whale of a time, and they picked all the produce, processed it, and then it got cooked for everybody to have at lunchtime, and everybody adored it. And it made me think, this is the way forward for mental health. I trained with Thrive, that's been going for a very long time. They started in the 1970s, and they've been promoting using horticulture as a therapy all right the way through. But unfortunately, it's not taken up enough by the NHS and other organisations. So I thought, let's do it ourselves. Let's create a lovely place for people to come to. Lots of people benefit from gardens. We all benefit from being out in a garden or being in nature. But this garden is actually going to be for people with mental health issues who are recovering in the community. Also people with learning disabilities and early dementia. We hope to have a variety of groups coming here. It's early days, we've still got a lot of work to do, but watch this space. I know it's difficult to imagine now, but 3 years ago when we took this site on, it was really derelict. It was covered in fly tipping, brambles, rubbish, nettles, you name it, it was here. But over time, a group of volunteers, including myself, have worked really hard on turning the space round. Until now we have a lovely wildflower meadow, we have a woodland walk, we have compost toilet, shed full of tools, and this lovely vegetable patch. We're all really proud of what we've done here. It's given us all a mental health boost, and we're really happy and we want to share it with others. The whole area for the vegetable patch and fruit cage has been donated. All the fruit bushes and the raspberry canes donated, strawberries, paving slabs, hazel sticks. The rabbit-proof fencing was paid for by Mid-Counties Co-op and the local town council. It's just amazing how people have rallied round and helped us. They understand the importance of what we're doing here. These are our winter squashes. What happens with all the produce we grow, we actually sell it at the whole food shop and also a local pub where they do lovely meals. And the money we get from all this produce then goes back into our funds so we can buy glass for the greenhouses or other materials that we need. This is our new acquisition, only just gone up this week. We're absolutely delighted with it. This is going to be really useful because it'll actually increase our season, it'll increase the types of vegetables and fruit we can grow, and also at the moment it acts as our only indoor space if the weather's not so good. So it's going to be a very useful space indeed. And we've gone for a really nice polytunnel that's got mesh at the bottom as well as plastic, so it's really well ventilated in the summer, so it'll always be really pleasant to use. We've actually worked really hard to create a number of different habitats for wildlife here. We've created a hibernacula, which is for reptiles, because we're close to an area of wetland here, so we have a lot of frogs, toads and other amphibians. We've also created a wildlife meadow. We're very grateful to National Landscapes for giving us a grant for getting really good quality seed. We planted it a couple of years ago. It's been absolutely beautiful this year. And it's lovely to watch it evolve and change over time. And that's actually designed to attract lots of pollinators that are again really important for growing vegetables and fruit. This is a lovely area of the wildflower meadow. We've got absolutely masses of teasel growing here, and they're very, very good for the birds later on in the year, but they're lovely for pollinators and for us during the summer. They're very beautiful. We've left areas of scrub because they're really good for birds and other wildlife. We want this to be an absolute sanctuary, not just for people, but for wildlife too. The area of wetlands here in Church Stretton is very important habitat. It's been here for a very long time, and although we don't have any access to it ourselves, it's right next door, and so we can enjoy the wildlife that visit it. There are lots of birds and other creatures that benefit from having a wetland area, and it's lovely to have it next door. A donated unwanted shed has become a bird hide, which is absolutely lovely. We're very fortunate. The location of this site is right next to an area of wetland, so we get all sorts of interesting feathered friends calling in. It's amazing how you can take an old shed and make it into something else, and certainly this has made a really lovely bird hide. Somebody local has actually given a poster so people can recognise what they see. And we've cut slots into the side. We're very lucky, we've got somebody who's very handy. So now we have a really good quality bird hide. I see this project evolving. I see lots of different groups coming here and benefiting it. We had a workshop here yesterday where a group of people came and learnt how to use a scythe. I've got a basket maker locally who'd like to come and do a basket making workshop. Not only do I think vulnerable groups will come here, but I think it'll be a lovely space for people to come and do all sorts of workshops that relate to the nature and the environment. So going forward, we'd like it to be a community space that lots of people feel they can use for lots of different reasons. This is a derelict barn that we inherited when we actually took on the site, and we would love to make it into an internal space which we can use. We've been donating lots of books about wildlife and gardening. We'd love to be able to have a reference library so the people coming here can go look something up if they're not sure, and we can share ideas together. We also want to have a kitchen here so that produce we grow can be cooked and people can share lunch after they've done their work here. People who are vulnerable really enjoy having social time, but so often in society it's difficult for them to reach out. So we're hoping that people can come here, gain confidence and feel really proud of what they've managed. But part of it is actually having an internal space we can use on a regular basis. And for that we need funds. It's grassroots projects that are really important in the UK. They always have been. It's people at the grassroots doing practical and useful things in their community that they understand that really make the difference. Please help us make a difference to our local community by giving a small donation to help us on our way.